what we talking about right now?
Proper bus procedure.
No, sir, absolutely not. I want you to listen up. All right, pay attention. What we're going over right now is the image of Christ.
Right.
The reason why our people are destroyed today. We don't know who we are. Christ is a black man. You know that? Have you ever heard that? Christ is a black man. I want you to listen, and listen good. Give me that. Revelation chapter 1, verse 14.
Bring it up.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hair were white like wool.
So it's describing the hair on his head and his face. It was, come on back.
Why are you running?
Bro.
Why are you running?
People need to hear this. We are a destroyed people. And I'm going to tell you something else. All these damn drug dealers around here, you hate your brother.
Bring it up.
Earlier I asked if any one of you had time to come up and listen to the word of God. But now one of you came up because you got damn drugs and beer and liquor on your mind. You want to sell damn drugs all day and drink beer and liquor, and you're destroying our youth. Understand that. Right now, we're going over the image of Christ and what he looked like. Yeah, Christ was a black man according to the Bible.
That's right.
That's why we destroyed and we hate each other, because we don't know that. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass.
So John the Revelator looked at Christ's feet. Pay attention, because they didn't have Nikes and the shoes you got on your feet today. They had on sandals. He looked at Christ's feet and he said they was brown and bronze. The same color I'm looking at when I look at you. The same color I look at when I look at all my brothers.
That's right.
Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace.
Christ not only was a brown-skinned man, Christ was a dark-skinned man that looked just like you.
That's right.
And all the black men are around here, but we hate each other. We can't get drugs off our mind for damn 5 minutes and get the word of God. Give me Psalms 107 and verse 20.
Right.
Psalms chapter 107 and verse 20. This right here, what we're doing, is going to change lives. Everything we've tried before have not worked. The march, the praying to the white God, that hasn't worked. When the Bible just described Jesus was a black man. Psalms 107 verse 20. Come on.
The book of Psalms, chapter 107 and verse 20. He sent his word.
He sent what?
His word. And healed them and delivered them from their destruction.
The word of God is what's going to cleanse you, brother. You in La La Land. Come back. Get the word of God. Where you going?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
This is what you need. This is a damn shame, because this is your fault. You elders, you are not an example at all. You are not teaching our people at all. Showing our young men the way. You showed them how to be whoremongers. You showed them how to be alcoholics. You showed them how to be drug dealers.
Right.
You have not showed them the correct way. You have not shown them how to love their wives, how to love their children, how to love their families.
Bring it out.
Because you got your ass sitting out here on the block too.
Right.
And it's a damn shame. Stepping like he's in a damn drum major in a band. Out of his mind. When y'all the greatest thing in the world, give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Let me show y'all something today. What the word of God has to say about you. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. You make up the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Y'all the ones that make up the Latinos, the so-called blacks.
Right.
You didn't need 50 cents to catch a bus. You need 50 cents to get your next drink.
Right.
Have you eaten today, brother? This is what I'm talking about right here. We are not examples. Give me Judith chapter 8 and verse 24. We are not examples. We must come back to the commandments of God. For an example, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not hate thy brother. You men taking back the roles in your households. And you brothers ain't went nowhere. Y'all don't want the word of God, but guess what? Christ's coming. And he coming to destroy 2/3 of the people that are lost.
That's right.
Read what you got.
The book of Judith, chapter 8 and verse 24. Now, therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to our brethren.
Oh, brethren, let us show an example to our brethren. The men you see right now are the examples. Are the repentant men that's doing the will of God. Read.
Because their hearts depend upon us.
How you brothers doing back the other day going in the liquor store? How y'all doing? Y'all got time for the word today? When y'all go in the store, come back and get some word, okay? Come back to the camp. Y'all got time to listen? What's your nationality according to the Bible? All right, let's keep reading.
Because their hearts depend upon us, and the sanctuary, and the house, and the altar rest upon us.
The altar, the sanctuary, this whole world is resting upon you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give me Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. I'm going to show you why we jacked up and why we don't know each other. Brother, where you going?
Why are you running?
You're in Wonder
Why are you
Wonderland.
running?
Where you going, man? Come and get the word. Damn spirits got you, bro. Read.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, all children of Israel. Who? Children of Israel.
Read.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans ever wonder why we go through what we go through? I mean, listen up. Ain't nothing funny. This ain't time to laugh. Why do the blacks and Hispanics go through what we go through? Low income, living from check to check, being gunned down in the street, having knees in our neck, people running in our house and murdering us, our children dying. Why are we going through what we go through?
Bring it out.
Tenth and pen? Why are we going through this? Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. Because the Lord chose you. He gave you the commandments of God. But we do not hearken. We do not listen. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
1 John 5 and 3. He said all these curses will come upon thee and overtake. Where you going, man? He went in. Our people, man, this man was standing before the prophets, had a chance to understand who he was. Now he jump in the van with his oppressor. Now he happy.
Right.
You know why? Because he getting his next fix. Y'all don't see that that's a problem? Nobody sees that's a problem? Anybody want to change for the Lord? Who want to stand up for the Lord thy God? Right. The Most High God of Israel. Which one ready to step up? Or do you just want to sit on a corner and PNT and top or whatever the store name is and drink Coronas and smoke damn Marlboros? What the hell is wrong with us? How did we get here? 1 John 5 and 3, come on.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
1 John 2 and 3. The love of God is keeping the commandments of God. You can't give God a physical hug. God's not going to come down here and shake your hand. Keeping the commandments of God, showing that you love your brother that you keep the Sabbath day, that you're not in idolatry. Those are the ways that we love our brother in the Lord. Those are the ways. Simple. But we don't do it. That's why we in the Lord's state. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
We know him if we keep his commandments. And that's all the brothers are standing out on this corner teaching right now. The commandments of God.
Right.
Read.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Right.
And the truth is not in him.
If you don't keep God's commandments, you do not know him. So Proverbs 13 and 21.
Bring it out.
You do not know the Most High God. The reason why we continue to come out on the streets and tell you, look, keep the commandments of God is this. Read.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 21. Evil pursueth sinners.
As long as you're in sin, guess what? You're going to be in evil.
Right.
You're not going to have no understanding whatsoever. And that's what we're out here for. Do y'all got time for the Bible over there, brothers? Because y'all told me y'all was on a tight schedule. But look like y'all ain't doing too much of nothing.
Right. Bring it out.
Isaiah chapter 66 and 15. Let me show you what the ones who are lazy and don't want to come back to the laws of God, what's going to happen.
Bring it out.
In all the abominations that we deal with. We must learn how to be men and come back to the commandments of God. Come on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. For, behold, the Lord will come with fire.
The Lord coming how?
With fire.
If you remember, the Lord destroyed the whole world.
Right.
Before with Noah, with water. But this time he coming back with fire. He coming back with fire for those who are, don't want to hearken unto the word of God. That's what he coming back with. Read on.
And with his chariot like a whirlwind.
Come on.
To render his anger with fury. And his rebuke with flames of fire.
With what?
With flames of fire.
Christ coming back to kill with flames of fire. I want y'all to listen good. We in rumors of wars and wars going on. Ukraine and Russia right now is in war. And it's just a time period to whether the United States is going to be in war. China, France, Great Britain, all these different nations are going into war, and y'all playing.
Right.
Y'all are out here playing.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Read on.
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord bleed with all flesh.
And when he say bleed, he mean kill. By fire and by sword he will kill. Read it again.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord bleed with all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain of the Lord shall be many. And y'all don't even care. Y'all don't even care. That's right, we're going to shut this block down. And guess what? We're going to be up here this time next week.
Right.
To see who want to change.
Right.
To see if your condition has gotten better.
Right.
You understand at the bus stop? To see if your condition has gotten better, brother. It's time to leave the drugs alone. It's time to leave the alcohol alone. It's time to come back and get in your rightful place. That's the men of God.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.